Are you here to play?
How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. It's Teddy here from Team TJ, and welcome back to Minecraft Ultra Destruction, where today I did a tiny bit of off-camera work, just a little bit, not actually with the treasure room, I'm gonna still have to do that, but it involves something that we are gonna be putting underground in today's episode. So, you see what I did is I extended the hall here, I left this big open space is for our new Big Reactor that we're gonna be making, guys, because here's the thing I started to figure out. As soon as, like, the ME system was, like, kinda being used a ton, I realized that when it turned to nighttime, those solar panels, they kind of drain real fast. So it's probably best to have a more reliable power source, like, say, a big reactor. So that is what we are going to be doing today. So without further ado, let's get started on making big reactors. So we are going to need some of the specific blocks. So reactor controller, we're obviously going to need that. We're going to need a ton of reactor casings, and fortunately, thanks to Project E, this is all exchange energy equivalent now. Alright, so we're going to need... I'll just do a whole stack of it, why not? We're going to smelt a whole stack of coal to get ourselves some graphite bars, because we're going to need that. We're going to need lots of that. Well, maybe not an absolute ton, I think, that, because, well, again, equivalent exchange, so let's do some emeralds. Let's gather up some emeralds and just, yeah, 10 emeralds will do. Alright, let's do this, guys. Alright, Project E, here we go. There we go, so we got that in there, all that, oh yes. That's a lot of reactor casing. That's a lot of reactor casing, that's a lot of reactor casing. We got a ton of reactor casing. That is fantastic for us. We should be good on that for at least a little while. So we are going to need the reactor controller. All right, reactor controller, there we are. The power tap, which, yes, that is just some redstone. Alrighty. There we go. And the reactor access port. All right, we need a piston, just one nice little piston there. And what was it? A chest. There we go, and I think that was it. Yeah. All right. And now to build the framework. Let's do this. I just kind of want to get this done this episode, just get this finished, because it'll be very useful, and we are going to be making a nice big-sized big reactor. At least that's what I kind of want to do. And there is our floor for it. There we go. All right, now we are going to need more for the walls and everything, but we should be fine, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna need more, obviously, but this is good. This is a good start. We're gonna sacrifice 30 emeralds. We got a ton of emeralds, so I'm good with that. All right, just boom. Boom, gimme. All right, we got 4 stacks. I don't want to, like, overdo it, but this, I think, will be good. I remember when I built the big reactor last season, it was a much smaller one compared to what I'm gonna try to do here. Oh boy. Okay, so that's the main part I was kind of worried about. Let's get the outer part. I'm gonna make glass for the wall, for, like, this part and stuff, but this will definitely be good. Alright, so let me actually just try to figure out, like, where I want, like, the rods and stuff to be in here. With, like, which version of the grid do I want? Like, which one had to have more? Alright, so I think we're gonna do it like this. Alright, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good, so we're gonna need the rods. So how many of those are gonna need? Hold on. We're gonna need 41 rods, I think. I think that's what I counted. So we're gonna need that. We're only really gonna need one because, again, we can equivalent to exchange all the crap that we need. So we're only gonna really need one. All right, so there we go. And we're also going to need the actual the fuel rods and stuff. Yes, okay. All right, there we go. All right, so we got the top of the rods. I'll put them in those little holes. All right, and now gotta put that there. Okay. I don't know how many of the rods that the Yellorium will go into, or the Yellorite, whatever. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how many that we need. Just once it's all complete, I think we'll have. All right, but there we go. I got that count correct. All right, actually, I just did the math. 164 of the Yellorium fuel rods is what we're going to need. Great. That is gonna be fun. Okay. Oh, and then there's the fact that we're also going to need the frickin' coolant too. Oh man. Okay, well, we're gonna need a coolant. What's the coolant gonna be? Last time we used liquefied ender, but with thermal expansion, that's resident ender. So I guess we're gonna have to use ender pearls. Well, let's do it. Let's make some resident ender, because I think it's a good coolant. There is another coolant we do have with thermal that does work very well, but its issue is that I think it requires us to find a specific mob, and I don't know if we'll be able to do that as easily. All right, that's a lot of that. So we're gonna take the ingot cast out because we need to put this in buckets. This is gonna be a frickin' wait. We can make as many of these as we want. This is exchangeable. Okay, it's actually cheaper. It's actually cheaper, it looks like, with regular equivalent exchange. Okay, no complaints here. Oh, would you look at that? That is fantastic. That is beautiful. Okay. Okay, I think I got a good system for how to do this just right. I think. Yeah, this'll work. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, here's what I'm talking about. The ME system is shut down right now because it doesn't have any power because it was nighttime and then it ran out of power. Now the solar panels need to collect more power in order for us to actually be able to use it again. See my problem? There we go. Now it's on again. Can't believe the amount of emeralds I'm about to sacrifice, but it's all for a good cause. It's probably more than we actually need, but it's worth it. Okay, so now we can start to get the rest of the resident ender into its little slots. We're gonna need the reactor glass. Okay, that's not hard at all. That's not bad. All right, hopefully this is enough of the reactor glass for us to be able to use. I don't think it'll be enough. I don't think so, but hopefully it will be at least something. Oh yeah, I should probably get everything that we actually need. The power tap I'm gonna put there. I'm gonna put the access port right there, and the controller will go right here. There we go, okay. Or we can actually make this entire side finished. There we go. Now we need more resident ender. Yay! Work. This is all this is. It's just more work. But at least it's seemingly going faster than making the ME system. ME system took episodes to make. This, we're almost done. Kind of. Now it's really just a long drawn out process of just getting all this in here. I don't know why Ender Magic works as a good coolant, but apparently it does, so we just utilize it. I just realized a dilemma, and that's going to be the top layer. We'll deal with that when it gets time to worry about that. The reason I'm doing this is because, from what I remember researching from the last time I made a Big Reactor, actually having the coolant, instead of flowing, having it all be full liquid blocks, it's actually a lot more efficient, a lot more effective. I think I'll cut back once I've gotten it all filled up, because this is gonna take me a long time to do. Alright guys, so I'm just about done. I actually had just enough Resident Ender left from my gathering. I got just the perfect amount. So this is how I've been doing it, so there we go, there's that. Alright, and now this, and then bam, okay, and this, and then bam, and now it's in, and now we need two more glass. Yay! I sacrificed so many emeralds, I cannot, you cannot believe how many emeralds I've given. But now just 2 reactor glass there, and now, boom, now it is complete, it is made, we have it constructed. The big reactor is now finished as a multi-block structure. So now we just need to put some fuel in it, but we're also going to need to connect it to our power. All right, so we need the energy conduits, and we can actually put those into here actually as well. So we're gonna do that, because I have absolutely no idea how many of these we're going to need. Actually, it doesn't have to be this, actually. No, well, let's do BuildCraft, actually, because that one we can camouflage it. Yeah, that sounds like a better idea. Okay. We can make conduit facades as well. Okay, never mind. We don't need to worry about the BuildCraft thing. Okay, that was a waste. All right, we are going to need a printing machine, and oh god. All right, so this is what we're going to need. We're going to need a printing machine. There we go. We got that. And now let's put that right there, shall we? Yes. Let's make some of these facades. I just kind of want to get an idea of what this kind of looks like. It's actually cheaper with Project E, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw that in there. There we go. Bam. Bam, bam. There we go. Just that way we got them. So how does this work? Like that? Oh yeah, okay, that works. Okay. That's actually, I think that's pretty easy. I think this will work very well then. Learning new things, very nice. Okay, so, all right, I put that in there. Okay, so let's break that. Okay, so we've got our whole, okay. So let's, all right, so I guess just, all right, so it pops out right here. That's good, that's good. All right, we just need to get them connected and everything, but now I'm gonna go back down there and we're gonna get a nice look and just kind of see how this like facade's supposed to work. Like that, oh yeah. Look at that. That is great. Okay. That looks fantastic. That works fantastic. That's great. Okay. I could also do one for grass, actually, as well, if I think. Oh, great. The exact reason why we need to do this. But we're almost done, guys. We are almost done. Once it's connected, I'll then throw the Yellorium in there, and then we will have a functioning big reactor. I look forward to this. There we go. It is now connected. Perfect. Excellent. Awesome. Now, I do want to make one more facade. One more. And it's going to be with grass block. And the reason for that is just to hide the fact that there's a hole there. Make me a grass block facade, please. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna do that right there. Perfect, awesome, okay. And now that's all connected, all great. Let's get this show on the road. 3 stacks, that should do us for now. All right, let's get that in there. All right, boom, boom, boom. That's some good fuel in there. All right. Oh, maybe I could use some more just to keep it running for a while. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. Okay, that's a lot. That's nearly half. Okay. Activate the reactor. Let's see how well it's running. It's pumping out power, and that is fantastic. Gonna get a look at this, and yes, 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 it's all flowing in. So that means that we are no longer reliant on those solar panels. That's all I really cared about. Oh, you know what? I can finally fix this thing that's been bugging me for so long. There we go. Okay, there we go. No more big hole. No more hole in the wall there. Okay, that is very much, that makes me feel good. That's better. I'm so glad I learned about that whole facade thing that EnderIO has. I didn't realize that they had one. Okay, cool. One last thing I wanted to do actually involves the treasure room. First of all, I'd actually changed the treasure room a little bit. I got rid of all the outer side pillars and made it a bit more narrow here. I think it looks better this way. It looks a little less crowded. I kind of like this more, so I did that off camera. And we're gonna make some armor sets that are gonna go here in the treasure room. I got the materials. All right, so we are going to start with copper armor. It's just gonna be how I end the episode, is just making armor sets to display in a treasure room. So we've got copper, tin, and now we're making silver armor. So let's get the copper set there, boom. Let's get the tin set there, boom. And the silver set there, boom. I got some lemonite and some diamonds to make the lemonite armor, or more like the Lidaminite armor. It's not as good as our current armor, but it's cool. And we're just gonna need to use some diamonds to make it. This will just be cool for display purposes. There we go, there's the leggings, and I think this was the helmet, yes. And then the boots, the other way. Yes, there we go. All right, now let's get that on an armor stand there. Bam, okay. So some more full sets of armor for the treasure room. That looks really cool. I will have to extend the treasure room off camera again, just because, you know, we got some trophies we weren't able to put in, but I might also try to think of like a better solution, because at this rate, the trophies are taking up so much of the treasure room that we are going to need to maybe find a better solution of how to display them. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode of Minecraft Ultra Destruction. We constructed the Big Reactor for our new base here in this season, guys, and it is, I hope, working well. But this will be fine as basically a way to solve a bit of our power situation that we were having with the solar panels basically only really being able to work very well during the daytime, because, you know, they're solar panels. So this will be good for us just for all day, every day kind of stuff. All through the night, we can still have power. But anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Minecraft Ultra Destruction. Please do leave a big fat thumbs up. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, this happens to be the first video that you have seen by me, then please do consider subscribing and join Team TJ today for awesome gameplay videos and other amazing content like this. Again, apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Tiny26 out. Goodbye, guys!